So look at that, it actually pops out pretty thin extension and 10 millimeter, and it's like a metal bracket. And there we go. This is filthy. When you're riding, it makes a lot of noise. It's been repaired here. There's a lot of broken plastic here because the owner kind of hit it. This plastic I just removed from underneath the bike. It sits like this. It's like a hugger, and it stops any, I guess, water from getting to the electric. I think this might be one of the reasons it's like moving around a lot. You see, there's a screw here that doesn't belong here. And here we go. Look at this. Look at this mess. Just look at it. This is quite a big project. You know, these scooters, they're so filled with plastic that everything seems to break. If you hit it, drop it, these things just are amazing. 2 10 millimeters, I believe, on each side here. And there we go. So that's that crusty, disgusting front fender that's all broken up. So there is no shape to this. The previous owner actually put like screws here. They didn't even try and weld it, but they kind of use the duct tape to help the support. You know, it does its job. We are going to be fixing the plastic. We are going to start with this. This is the front fender. I have not removed the duct tape because I'm going to use that to weld it. And I'm using just a soldering iron like this. And what you do is you melt the inside. But before we do that, chicken mesh, you could also use paper clips for this technique. And you're going to need, of course, a way of cutting it. But the idea is that you put the mesh in here and you melt it inside. That way it becomes very firm. But this plastic is completely broken up, so we're going to have to be extra careful. So get the mesh, and then we also need some extra plastic, and I'm using zip ties. Use the mesh, and I'm going to cut some strips just so it fits a little bit better. Soldering iron, and you melt the plastic together. Just make sure it's somebody did try and fix this already. You can kind of tell. Yeah, they put some sort of epoxy in here, adding to it because you're melting the two pieces together. It's going to take some time to do all of this. Another way is by putting epoxy here, and I might actually do it. I might put a little bit of fiberglass, and that's going to really reinforce this. So I'm now going to take some zip ties, and I'm going to melt the zip tie onto the thing that I just melted. This way, you'll create more plastic. This is very time consuming. So now we're going to take a piece of metal here. And this is the trick, because the metal reinforces everything. And what that's going to do is just melt the plastic. So it's heating up the metal. This will take a while. Maybe we'll start right here. See it kind of going into the plastic. It just takes a long time. So kind of do this a little bit at a time. You don't have to rush, but it's very important to get the metal in there. Before I was just melting plastic within plastic, and I was wondering why it kept cracking. So here's that big crack head, and just melt it how long it's taking to get to this point. It's not every day you see like these copper brackets. kind of like hide these because we are going to repaint this. We are about to fix the front scoop. Remember, there's a lot of broken stuff. I haven't really cleaned it, but we're gonna have to repaint it anyway. And there's cracks everywhere. So right over here, there's one. All right, now we need to sand this. I'm gonna start with a higher grit sandpaper. It doesn't matter if I scratch the outside because I am gonna repaint this. All of these slots here, they've been broken. So what I need to do is kind of cover them because there's going to be a screw going in. I think I am going to add a little mesh. It's that same chicken wire. This is going to be way stronger than what we have. So I got a piece of mesh here, and I'm going to try to get it here. So if I have the mesh here,
down the side, and you'd always think, oh, this is going to be rude. Yeah, like in, how about the old cartoons? Oh. It was just said, very matter of fact, oh, she fucked everybody.
we are going to be doing some sanding. And I've really never painted plastic before, but what I have here is just 2 cans of silver paint. Hopefully they match the Honda Elite. And I think they're $6 each. I got them at Home Depot. It's silver metallic. Plastic's all ready for painting. I put this blue tape here where I don't want the paint to go, and this is going to be black. I'm going to paint this black, then I'll reverse this, but that's going to be the majority. So I hit it with some 200 grit sandpaper and then some 400. It's pretty smooth, so this should work pretty well. Come on. Go back, over there. Good boy. Spray it from a distance. Just kind of do these. Hey, you stay out of there, buddy. You're gonna get high on this. Oh yeah, that's actually not bad. The silver. It's metallic silver, so it does look pretty good. Spraying it from a distance and do like very light passes. Get the particles in. tape here and see what it looks like with the black. Looks pretty successful. I think that's solid. So it's not perfect. You can still see some of the imperfections here. I should have sanded it just a little bit more, but I'm actually fine with it. So now we're going to reverse this. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to put on another coat. To the almost end. This was made just so you can work on the bike on the road. We are almost done. I think the paint turned out pretty well. I'm surprised.